Fred Lam here, and welcome to our Daily Huddle, episode number 16.
5 questions that you want to know and you want answers to. Tell me what your number 1 question is going to be.
Alright, first thing first. Tell me if you are excited about our Daily Huddle today, because I'm actually going to share with you a personal story of mine before I actually go on and answer 5 burning questions that have been submitted to me, where I'm going to answer them in complete details so that you can actually learn and actually gain the knowledge on exactly what I would do if I were in your position. So if you are on Facebook right now, make sure you put in the thumbs up, the emoji or the emo icon or whatever they call the thumbs up on Facebook. And if you are on YouTube right now, make sure you actually click on the thumbs up icon so I can actually see all that. Alright, getting a lot of people here joining us right now. Awesome. So before I go into my personal story of mine, I really want to bring up one critical information that I want to share with you. Okay, and the thing is that I'm going to basically ask you to make an investment today. Alright, I will be making an investment, asking you to make an investment today, and I'm just going to be clear and be honest and be upfront with you about that. And I'll cover that in just a minute. So let's go to my personal story of mine on how I really went from washing dishes, working at a dead-end job, to now owning several multi-million-dollar businesses. And I was able to do all that not only because I was able to actually tap into the e-commerce world, it's really because I started to understand about money. Alright? And I would have to tell you, a lot of people actually don't understand money. You may be thinking, well, I'm just going to be working at a job, making my salary, or I'm actually building a business, and as long as I have more money coming in than what my expenses are, then that's great. Well, the truth is, ultimately, if you absolutely want to learn more about money, it is actually a lot more in depth than what you actually see. Like this dollar bill right here. This is a dollar bill. But if you know how to actually invest your money wisely, and if you understand money, you can actually turn this dollar bill into hundreds of $1 bills. And you're only able to do that, especially if you really understand what money is. Now, there's an old saying that a lot of people basically go like, well, money is the root of all evils. Well, to be honest with you, I actually have a different saying. I think that having no money is the root of all evils. Look at the crime rate and everything. If we actually have a society where all the homeless people or all the drug addicts actually have money, well, guess what? The crime rate is actually going to decrease. And that's actually very important. And that's why I actually go against thinking that money is the root of all evils. I personally believe that having no money is the root of all evils. Now, when I was actually first washing dishes, and now listen, okay, during high school, during elementary, I actually never finished an entire book, okay? I never read a book, I never finished an entire book. I may read a chapter, and I basically go like, this is so boring, I don't read it anymore. But then, one day, I actually picked up this book by Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, the person that I look highly up upon, and as you guys all know, I'm actually really good friends with him and his team right now. This book is actually the first book that completely changed my life. It's actually not the Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's actually this book called the Cash Flow Quadrant. And if you actually see in here, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki has created the ESBI. This quadrant is so important that if you actually understand this, you can make a lot more money in your life. And basically, you would basically be investing and basically earning a lot more than what you actually believe you yourself can do. Now, put in a me right in the comment box if you actually have heard of Robert Kiyosaki, or you have been following him, or if you have read his books in Facebook and YouTube. Now, again, I do apologize that my voice, again, isn't as great. I'm still having a very major headache. I'm still actually sick right now. Just to basically let you know, I am a little bit sick right now. Going to that. Alright, I'm getting a lot of people saying me right now. So, here's the deal, okay? This book actually cost $17.95 US, okay? It cost me actually $20.95 Canadian because I'm in Canada. But here's the deal. What if I tell you that just $1, okay, just $1 US, and I believe that every single one of you has $1 right now. And if you have $1 in your pocket, in your credit card, or somewhere, put in a 1 right into the comment box on Facebook, and put a 1 right into the chat box right into YouTube right now. And for those of you that says, I have $1, listen up, okay? There's a link above this video on Facebook, and right in the video description on YouTube, there's a link, which is basically tiny.ie/richdad. Right now, I want you to click on that link and actually register for the first ever in history that Rich Dad's team is hosting a 2-day virtual summit where Mr. Robert Kiyosaki himself is going to be keynoting, and also he's going to be bringing on all the industry titans for you to learn how you can actually go from an employee to becoming self-employed, so building your own business, how to scale it to be a real business, having people work for you, and ultimately becoming an investor. So that's where you want to go, from a E to an S to a B to an I. And if you want to learn exactly how to do this, and if you want to learn from all the experts that Mr. Robert Kiyosaki himself is actually working closely with, I highly encourage you to actually click the link above this video or right below if you're on YouTube and sign up. It only costs you $1, okay? $1. And this book is actually like $17.95, but today, for $1, you get to actually learn directly from Robert Kiyosaki and his entire team and his industry titans. We're talking about legal experts, tax experts, entrepreneurs. We're talking about opportunity in Bitcoins, everything that you need to know to actually become financially independent. Then you seriously have to click the link above this video on Facebook and right below on YouTube. Click the video description. Save your seat. It's only $1. I would tell you, this is going to be the absolute best investment you'll ever make this year. It's just $1, okay? Skip the can of soda or skip a bag of chips, and you get your golden ticket to actually learn from all the industry experts. And you're actually going to learn from me. I'm actually one of the keynote speakers as well. Whoosh, right? And again, I was able to do all this all really because I learned a lot from Robert Kiyosaki, and he actually, when I was a kid, I really look up to him, and I feel like he is my mentor. I actually bought every single book that he has after I actually read this one and gone through everything. But today, if you actually click the link above this video on Facebook and right below on YouTube, you can actually sign up for just $1, okay? Just $1. There's no excuses. Just $1, and you get a 2-day virtual summit. It's going to be 16 hours of content where you can learn exactly how to actually become financial independent. All right. So, anyways, moving on back to our daily huddle right now. All right. So, put in the me right into the question box. If you guys are basically going to say, Fred, I'm going to actually invest this $1, right? Put it in me if you are basically telling me that you are going to actually invest this $1 right now. It's just $1, okay? Just $1. That's all it is. And you get to learn from all the industry titans. Alright. Getting a lot of me's pouring in right now. So, moving on. Let's talk about our daily huddle today. So, here's what's going to happen. I need to pull up the questions in my email. So, hold on one sec. Let me see. Where is it? Alright. Got the questions. So, today's first question is by Merzuki Abdel Mullah. Merzuki Abdel Mullah. I hope I pronounced your name right. So, Merzuki asks, I have tried everything to get sales on my website and all the formulas and methods, PPE, WC, picture ad, video ad, free plus shipping, but no sales. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe my website is not converting or my audience is not good. Can you please review my website and give me some advice? And he gave me a website URL. First thing first, I do not do a public review on websites, okay? I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. But here's the deal. I am wanting to help you as much as I can, and I'm going to create an exception today. So I'm looking at your products. Your products are actually, I do have to say, it is all over the map. That's the thing that I want to say. It is all over the map right now. However, I do see some product that is actually pretty unique and that is actually pretty interesting. That should work for you. So when you were telling me that you tried everything and you have not even got a single sale, that really means one thing. Number one, you may not have your checkout process created properly. So have you done a test order yourself to go through it as your customer to see if the shipping is correct and if the items are correct, okay? That is very, very important. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I've seen reviews from my members that their site cannot even go to the checkout. I don't know why, but you want to actually make sure that you yourself can be the customer to go through the process to make sure that the process can be done. Okay, that's the first step. Next step is dissecting your ads data. Now I'm going to take a sip of water right now. It's really dry and my headache is actually coming back. So next thing is about your ads. So I would have to tell you, don't run PPE, okay? For those of you who don't know what PPE means, it stands for pay per engagement. You don't want that, because all Facebook's going to do is to find people that will engage with your ad, and that's it. You always want to go after website conversion. So if you go after website conversion, if you create a video ad or a picture ad and you have used free plus shipping and you're getting no sale, then it really means the following thing. You did not actually download my 10-part video training series to actually look at the 4 level of optimization. You want to look at your click-through rate link, your cost per click link, right out of the gate to really see if your ad is having a problem, or is it your targeting that is having a problem. Because ultimately what you wanted to do is that if you're able to achieve $1 cost per click link or less, then chances are you will be getting sales here or there. You won't be absolutely getting no sales. So by me just dissecting this right now, my assumption is that there is something wrong with your ad, or there's something wrong with your targeting that you really need to look into and start looking at the cost per click link and the CTR, because those are the indicators that will tell you if it is the audience problem or if it's the product problem. Okay, so you want to basically look into that, dissect your data first, and then regroup and create ads that would actually resonate with your audience. Okay, so moving on to the next question by Ludmil Danita. Okay, all right, I hope I pronounced your name right. You said, "Hi Fred, thank you so much for your great content with 10 free video series and for everyday life by answering our questions. You are absolutely welcome. I have a Shopify account and now I am setting up the store to be ready to look for products. I cannot wait to start running my Shopify store." Excellent. Here's my question. I'm in Montreal. When the customer buy a product from my store, I have to charge Canadian dollars and charge the provincial-national taxes. How does this work? I really enjoyed your webinars. You have a great energy and kindness. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so let me address this right out of the gate. And the first thing that I want to bring up is, first of all, I am not a tax lawyer or an accountant. Okay, so what I would tell you to do is to actually find a local tax lawyer or an accountant to verify these information. Now, what I'm about to share with you is based on my experience and based on what I know. Okay, but again, you need to do your own due diligence to figure this out. And I'm not giving you advice. I'm just telling you based on my experience. So, okay, I'm just clearing up my legal liabilities right out of the gate first. Okay, so moving on. So your question is, when a customer buy a product from your store, I have to charge Canadian dollars and charge the provincial-national taxes. So here's the deal, Ludmil. So Ludmil, number one, you can actually go to TD Bank, you can go to CIBC, or you can go to Bank of Montreal, or whatever banking that you love to use, and create a USD account, okay? Because in Canada, we're able to actually create a USD account. So having a USD account right into the Shopify, we can actually put in our deposit information with USD. So in that case, we are actually collecting USD and actually spending in US dollars. Okay, that's what you want to do. Go after a US dollar account. That's the first step. Now, in regards to the provincial national taxes, here's what I know. Again, I'm just telling you based on my experience. You got to double check with your local attorney or a lawyer or a accountant just to confirm these information. So if you are in Canada and you're selling into the United States, you actually do not need to actually collect any tax. Okay, it's just a treaty that the U.S. and Canadian government has in place. All right. However, at the same time, if you are basically saying, well, I'm basically advertising to Canada, okay, you're having Canadian people or Canadian customers going to your store, so your ads are going after Canadians. If that's the case, then you have to actually collect the provincial tax based on where the customer is actually living. So let's say in BC, then you got to collect the GST and you got to collect the PST. Okay, if it is in Alberta, you got to collect the GST. If it is in Quebec, you got to charge HST. Okay, so this is what you want to do, and you have to make sure that you collect these and moving around. Oh, sorry, you don't actually have to collect PST because you do not have presence in BC. So you only collect the GST, okay? You have to collect the GST for every province, and if some of the province use HST, then you gotta actually collect HST, then submit it to the CRA at the end of the year, okay? That's what you gotta do. Now, if you have to collect these, then you gotta create a corporation for your business, okay? You cannot do it as a sole proprietorship. Even if you do, you still have to register for a GST account, so you actually send the remittance to the CRA and actually pay your taxes, okay? So very important stuff. However, just again, based on what my knowledge is, if you're selling outside of Canada, then you don't actually have to collect any taxes, okay? So again, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a legal person, I'm just telling you or sharing with you my experience based on what I know, okay? So moving on to the next question right now. Let's see. Next question is by Ali. Ali said, how important is the relevance score for a Facebook website conversion ads we run for AliExpress products? Is there a minimum score we must aim for? And what do we do in order to get the highest relevance score possible for our ads? Thank you so much for amazing value you provide to us, Fred. You are welcome, okay? So the answer to your question is that relevance score is important, but it's not as important as the 4 level of optimization that I share about, which is, again, the CPA, the cost per purchase, the CTR link, CPC link, and also the CPM. Okay, now the relevance score actually is a secondary data that I actually look at. Now, I look at this relevancy score to really determine if my ad is creating a relevant, is it creating reports with my targeted audience. Now, the higher the number is, then the more engagement you are going to get, and it just tells you that your audience are loving this product, and chances are you will actually succeed with it and sell really well. So at the end of the day, relevance score is an indicator to actually tell you if that product, if your ad is really resonating or creating a rapport with your audience, okay? But ultimately, if you are having a relevance score of a 3, but you are still getting your cost per purchase lower than what you anticipated, then guess what? It is absolutely going to be fine. You can ignore it. However, if you're not hitting the data points in terms of click-through rate, cost per click, and cost per purchase, then you may want to look at the relevance score and really see if it, because it may mean that the ad and the product is just not resonating with your audience. So when you're asking about the minimum score to aim for, I aim for at least a 6. That's what I really look at. If I have a lower than a 6, I kind of can predict that the ad is not going to be long-term for me, and it's not going to be as scalable, okay? That's what I actually look at. But again, like I said earlier, it can be a 3 as long as you are attaining your cost per purchase, and that is going to be absolutely fine, all right? So now, when you ask about what can we do in order to get the highest relevance score possible for our ads, it really goes down to the image or the video and also the post text, okay? And lastly, the product itself. So those are the 4 things. As long as you're able to speak the language of your audience, as long as your audience knows that the product is something that they really want, then your relevance score is not going to be a problem, okay? So you want to play around with it and actually go from there. So I hope that helps you out. Now, again, some of you guys may go like, what on earth is Fred talking about relevance score? This is a little bit more advanced. So for those of you who are just starting out, don't worry. You can review this video afterward and basically go from there. All right. So give me a love symbol on Facebook if you guys are if you guys are actually seeing, or if you guys are not seeing, if you guys are loving our daily huddle today. And if you are on YouTube, the only way is putting me a chat, putting the me right into the question box right now. All right. Well, chat box, not question box. All right. All right. So moving forward. So some people are asking right now. I do not answer anything in the live chat on the YouTube and on Facebook. You have to actually submit your question at www.fredlam.com/ask. Then your question may get featured right into our show. Okay, so very important. You got to do that. So moving on to the fourth question of today. It is by Penny Lindstorm. Penny Lindstorm asks, can we sync product from other vendors than AliExpress vendors? For example, Wholesale Central vendors, and will zero up order those products automatically. So Penny is a customer, is a member of ours, and the answer to your question is no. We are only integrated with AliExpress right now, but we are actually looking into integrating with something that I cannot share what it is yet until I got this all firm and signed. Then I'll share with you guys what it is. Okay, so the answer to your question is no. We're not integrated with Wholesale Central because Wholesale Central is really just a directory of suppliers, and you can't really connect with it. Okay. Last but not least, the last question of today is by Terry Cook. Terry said, when I purchase my domain name, should I add the search engine visibility? That's a really good question. The answer is yes. Why not? It doesn't cost you a penny, and you just have to fill out some really small, like 3 fields. Excuse me. See, I'm actually still sick right now. I actually got to sneeze. Let me grab a quick water first. The answer is yes. It's just 3 fields inside Shopify for you to fill out. That's what it is. And you don't really need to have a lot of information. And at the end of the day, why not get search engine visibility when it only takes you like a couple minutes to actually set it up? Right? That's what I would actually suggest you to do. Alright? So that's really the 5 questions for today that is being answered. And again, like I said, every day, Monday to Friday, I'm going to be here to answer 5 burning questions. Even though I'm sick right now, I'm still going to show you guys my dedication on being here and helping you guys, and to actually answer as many questions as I can for as long as I can, just to make sure that you guys are taken care of and you guys are taking action. Now, in regards to taking action, listen, I'm an advocate of taking action. And it's very important for you, again, for those of you who actually missed this, right now, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki and his entire Rich Dad team is actually hosting a 2-day virtual summit. So instead of buying all his books, you can actually learn everything for $1, okay? You will learn exactly how you can go from working at a job, which is actually classified as just over broke, and becoming a self-employed, creating your own business, and moving to the B quadrant, which you can create a business, and using that business to actually invest money to become an investor. If you want to learn from all the industry titans, we're talking about tax experts, entrepreneurs, accountants, we're talking about real estate, Bitcoin, stock, everything that you wanted to know, seriously, click the link above this video on Facebook, or simply on, if you're on YouTube, click the link right below. It is a link that says tiny.ie/richdad. And I would seriously ask you to actually invest this $1, okay? It's only $1. It's only $1. I will be shocked that if you don't even take action by spending this $1 and signing up, I don't know what can actually get you to actually keep learning. Because ultimately, this $1, and there's a reason why it is $1. The reason why it is $1 is because if you pay for something rather than it is free, you will make sure that you're going to be there during the live summits, the online summits, and actually take notes, because you technically have a skin in the game. Although it's just $1, but it's a commitment that you are making to yourself, that you're going to clear your schedule and be there for that 16 hours of intensive training where you basically built yourself to become financially independent. And again, this is the exact book. Like, this is the first book, and this is really the first book that I actually read in the first 16 years of my life. And this book really transformed myself and really helped me to become who I am today, because I understand about money. Okay, money. It's very important that you understand about it, because if you don't know really what money is, other than I can use this money to buy something or to pay for this, you need to know you are missing out, and that's why you may be stuck right now. So seriously, guys, it's just $1, okay? It is just $1 right now, okay? I don't get paid with this $1. When you pay this $1, I get no commission, okay? Okay? This $1 that you invest, I get no commission for this $1. So I want you to seriously go to the link above this video on YouTube, on Facebook, and right below in the description of YouTube. Click the link. Make sure you secure your seat, and I look forward on seeing you guys there, because I'm going to be one of the keynote speaker. And if you guys want to support me, maybe just invest this $1 to support me and be there during our event when I'm actually going to be hosting one of the keynote presentation. All right, so other than that, listen, that's all I have for today. My voice is starting to actually cut out right now, but at the end of the day, seriously, guys, I don't know if we have like seriously over, let me, how many people we have like hundreds of people watching on both YouTube and Facebook right now. So I would seriously ask you guys to do this. Just $1. It's just $1. And I am being salesy, because I'm only being salesy only because I want you to be dedicated and be committed to just invest this $1 and be there and learn. Okay, the more knowledge you gain, the more wealth you are going to build. All right, again, the URL is above this Facebook post and also right below the video description on YouTube. Make sure you secure your seat for just $1, and I look forward on seeing you guys tomorrow in our daily huddle. All right, bye now.